Actually, I might see how far it takes me. But less than 100 APM to Masters. So the idea of this is, and we made it to Diamond 1. I've lost 2 matches to some all-ins I really didn't commit to. That was actually in Diamond 3, I think. But we've made it to Diamond 1. And I believe Masters around 4,600 MMR. But this should be the last day. Maybe I split into 2 parts. We'll find out. But the idea of this series, if you haven't followed thus far, is not to beat up on Diamond League players. It's to, well, I mean, that's always fun. My fans. But it's to prove, I've seen so much misdirection. I mean, there might be individual people who understand, but APM, while Cyril might have 450, it's not that important. It's about how you spend it. I see gold and platinum players with 200, 300 APM, but barely making any effective actions. It's about focusing, like, if you truly want to improve the most quickly and efficiently, it's by building more units. When your shit, more shit counters less shit, is the easy way to put it. And that is rarely untrue, despite how everybody says platinum is just so cheesy. And well, if I have to defend the cheeses all the time, then I can never like you. No, it doesn't truly matter what they're doing, because the first person you have to beat to improve is yourself. And you're beating yourself yesterday by being better today. So hopefully that's what we can show a little bit more of, playing random. And by the way, if you're watching this live, let me get it set up. So here's the punishment. Like, if I go over 100 average actions per minute in a game, then I have to spend my Dirty Esports money and gift a free sub. So exclamation point slow down. If I do, and you're on YouTube, well then make a comment about how I'm bad and how Zerg is hard and definitely is difficult, even though Cyril won BlizzCon and all that. Spoilers, by the way. You already knew that. You already knew that. Exclamation point slow down in the Twitch chat.
Good luck.
I have mentioned.
Wait a minute.
And we are aptly named the Brick,
Good.
which is about
Now I
the
have your
finesse.
attention.
It is about accurate for what kind of finesse I want to have. I want to have the micro potential of your average brick. That's about it. Right.
Okay, on the count of too late started.
So, Zerg in general has a little bit higher base average APM, and part of the reason we're doing 100 is because, in my opinion, that's around what you need to do all the basic macro things in the game. Like, 100 APM gets you whatever you need. Anything on top of that is spam or extraneous. Zerg is a little higher because, just think about it. Do you micro your pylons or your supply depots? Just in general. That's the first thing. You have to micro overlords. There's a little bit more there. You just build more units, so it's a little bit higher. But it's still the, in most of the times we've gone over, which has been a handful, have been as Zerg. But yeah, you're microing overlords around, little things like that. They don't cost very much more time than building a supply depot or something like that. It's just part of how Zerg is played. Yeah, there's a little bit more housekeeping to do. Now I've got my first overlord sent out. I'm gonna get these two as well. And this is actually a scouting spawning pool. He's like, I'm blocking him. I don't care. You silly man. And I have this OV down here in case he starts trying to cannon rush. There's still a threat of cannon rush for quite a while. Mostly until the hatch is mostly finished. There's some really cheesy things you can do. I want to get an idea of if he's actually going to commit to it or not. Second overlord, and go towards the main. My first control group is messed up. That's good to know. I should probably fix that, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, what did I miss here? Oh, I think we're okay. We're gonna pull off of gas. I'm still gonna go Zergling speed, but it's gonna be roaches. It's gonna be roaches.
A new queen has emerged. Mine more
If he just goes to the
You can't
third,
buy
that's a
stuff on
smart
credit
move.
in this game.
I think I saw a probe, but that's a Stargate. You can tell by the way it is, or by just clicking on it. But after a while, you kind of get experienced on looking at, like, because each of the Protoss buildings has a slightly different design. So I'm going to get another queen, get some more drones, some more overlords. And I'm going to pull back this overlord because otherwise it's going to die to when he probably makes a phoenix. Alright, the Oracle's going to be finishing up soon. So I'm making these drones. And then now I'll get Spore Crackers. 340, 345. Because I saw the Stargate as well. It's important. What does he build behind it? A Phoenix. So, what do we see here? I'm going to look through his main for pylons. And then I want to see his gas.
You're engaging the opponent.
And right now, as Zergling speed finishes, is a good time for me to put back in gas.
Our forces are under attack.
And build a lair. I've actually recently, probably after I started this series, rebound my lair hotkey to L. I mean, not to L. It starts on F, but to F to pay respect. But to F, just to make it a little easier to hit it. It's kind of similar to my liftoff hotkey with Terran. And 40 drones is not enough to have a solid economy. But when he builds 2 Stargate units early, this is the build-up phase. I don't really need units right now. Because I see he's making a Phoenix after. So there's no huge threat of attack. So this is my time to build up. And if I don't use it, then okay, he made another Oracle. So we build another Queen. There's a chance he's going for an extra Stargate. So that's a little scary.
Your forces are under attack.
I think we get Hydras here.
Does this mean I'm famous for a second?
I'm gonna get the roach speed. I'm gonna get all this. And I want some Zerglings just to go see. There's also some options maybe for going for... I'm gonna rally the drones here. He does have a third base. So this looks like a game that will probably not end for at least a little bit. Because if he made 2 oracles, that's another 150 gas. So what are we at? 64 drones. That's nice. I should have put back in... Oh, he actually killed him. That's what happened.
You require more Vespene gas.
So I'm pretty happy with that. Gonna get another base. Just gonna get a little fancy with this micro. But we're building.
Vespene gas.
Get all the gas there.
Hey, your base is under attack. It's a trap.
Ideally, I want to be building Hydras, but I don't quite have the gas because you want to focus on the mineral production first. Let's get a few creep tumors here, over here. Now we're building all those OVs. I'm gonna be lazy. The ultimate lazy move. Just queue up both Hydra upgrades. They're both really good. They're both super important as well. Lurker Den.
Mineral field depleted. Evolution complete.
So, the only thing I'm really scared of now is if he, like, somehow built carriers behind this, which I don't think is what's happening, but I'm not 100%.
You require more.
I've got my lurkers on the way, but I might attack before them. Another big thing is a warp prism.
Your forces are taking damage. Insufficient Vespene gas.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
Yeah, he's building a stalker and all that. Nope, he's just going for the Templar and all. The usual, in other
That
words.
field's been mined out. Hope you have an expansion.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
What if you couldn't tell what was real? Now we got 72 drones. That's a money number right there.
Price control. You're engaging the opponent.
So the big dangers are going to be, I'm going to actually get really set up to deal with warp prisms, because the worst thing that could happen here is just a big warp prism in the main deal. I have enough Zerglings to kill an adept.
Mineral field depleted.
Make sure I have a couple overseers with me.
Our forces are under attack. You have not enough
He's
movement.
got a lot of zealots here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send a handful of roaches and hydras out to an obvious fourth base. Going to start to morph some
Require more
lurkers.
Vespene gas.
Pull my finger, Artosis.
Going to see if he has this fourth. Start an infestation pit.
A freak tumor's under attack.
The enemy.
Not enough Vespian
This
gas.
is a very
Price
smart move.
control. Only 5
So,
gas per barrel.
I'm going to send lurkers and a couple of hydras over here. He doesn't have a fourth base. Very important to know. Start my +2 attack.
Your forces are
You
taking
require more
damage.
Vespene gas.
Hey, your base is under attack, man.
Attack here. This should force him to attack. I'm gonna bring one lurker back.
You're under attack. Siege up.
Go back with the hydras.
Our drones are under attack.
Storms are good, but units are usually better.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
He actually killed a lot of drones there, which was a pretty big
Your
mistake for
forces
me.
are under attack.
But we can replace him. I killed many of his Templar. I'm gonna just shift click a little bit. Gonna go back up,
You're under
get a
attack.
hive.
Siege up.
But you always want to have another angle. Like you could tell he was very focused on the main attack, right? Like, so I was able to get damage done in other locations. And I delayed his. Those are the big things, like delaying a fourth base. That has a lasting effect. Whereas killing my army, if I have 4 bases, I can rebuild.
A new queen has a...
Should probably get all this gas. Now we gotta start being very wary of DTs. Because a desperate Protoss will almost always try to find a way to get Dark Templar. We're gonna bring this lurker in over here.
Engaging the opponent.
A little bit of micro back. Just go home.
Insufficient Vespene.
Mutation complete. So creative.
Kill this. Try to target the probes that will die.
You require more Vespene gas.
Pull my finger, Artosis.
And now we come back, we go for the 4th again, because this should drag his select all army back. Move that back. And then we'll get the digging claws for the lurkers, and we should be a little bit more focused. Try to snipe some Templars.
That feels good.
Well, now I have a pretty good army. The fourth base is the point of contention. I have some Zerglings to move in over here as well. These Zerglings were made for the purpose
Your warriors have
of
engaged the
taking,
enemy.
like, I don't want to be spending too much gas now, essentially, is what that means.
Good. Now I have
We're going to target down the Templar at the front. And I think I might have gone over. I think I almost certainly did. But just making sure. That's one of the biggest things I think players. It's really hard to point out when that mistake is made. But like you always want to have something else going on. 120. That's way over. I know. I overdid it. But like I said, I'm trying to play as efficiently as possible. And sometimes, especially with Zerg, it's a bit much. But that's a hard over there. I was tempted after the start when it became obvious to make it 120 for Zerg and 100 for Terran and Protoss, which is more realistic. But then people be like, well, Zerg is obviously harder because if you hold down the R key a lot, you can make these cheap roaches. Your APM's so high. But we're giving away a free sub. Exclamation point, slow down. Sorry. Resident Drunk. Congratulations. It's most of my demographic, right? That's why you're here.
Good. Now I have your attention.
We'll see. This will be the Zerg day. Thank you, Corrupted X Soul. Try harder. I see. Rothline.
Good luck. Have
Yep.
fun.
There we go. Now, the reason I didn't go roaches there in that last game, like, I could have tried to go mass roaches. It was just an unreliable timing. Like, he had 2 oracles. There's a chance he's making more Stargates. And if he's making more Stargates, the roaches don't do like if he's going Phoenixes or if he's going Void Rays or even just more oracles. I do this timing and then suddenly he happens because I didn't have the information. If I had the information he was only making 2 oracles, I may have decided to make a bunch of roaches with like 50 drones and a tech. But I couldn't get the information in time because he had a Phoenix and I didn't commit to Overlord speed.
Now I have your attention.
Thank you, Miller Lee 1. That missed go.
We require more minerals.
Thanks, Artosis.
You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals at a time.
Grandpa Tosis.
My heart is always on my sleeve. Done with dreams and
Good. Now I have your
Thank you, Minority Miller Lee.
You have
What?
not
That
enough minerals.
close enough with the other, right?
begins to show. Begins to show. It just took time to find.
Getting into gas.
Get up and go.
And some pro players will take a quick third. I mean, a lot of players will, but I like to just get my queens up, because if you take a quick third, like at this timing now, you don't have enough minerals to also get 2 queens right off the bat. So that's kind of the trade-off. I like to just get a handful of Zerglings out and play it safe, but that's kind of a stylistic choice. There are some pros that will go for what I'm doing here as well. Like Laser, for example. Did I tell him my race? By the way, I should have to... That should be a sub right there. as BM, especially against Protoss, because Protoss has to be the most prepared. Setting up your buildings is super important as Protoss. What do you got? What Zerglings? No, I said attack the probe. Why don't you attack the probe though? Like,
A new queen has emerged.
Overlord will scout. They don't listen to me. My Zerglings do not listen to me. A robotics facility? Okay. I'm gonna get back into gas. I'm gonna go. Now, it's kind of interesting here, like, you could go for a lot of different things with this. That could be a quick warp prism. There is no other tech here, so that makes me believe it's gonna be like an immortal timing. So I'm gonna respond to that with Hydraless Zergling. But it could also be like a warp prism and a bunch of gates. But he's chrono boosting. He's chrono boosting now.
Now I have your attention.
His
We
probes.
require more minerals.
He's chrono boosting his probes. He has 4 gates, but he's chrono boosting his probes. So. I'm coming back in. I want to see what the first thing out of this building is. Very important to me right now. Gonna get another gas. And I'm still building drones during this. Getting injects. Alright, let's see what you got. And it's a warp prism.
Your forces are taking damage.
So, let's get these overlords in position to see it. And I have to make some Zerglings here. I mean, he might have a bunch of extra gates because he didn't have gas. If it push comes to shove, I'll give up the third base, by the way. It's more important to have a third base than it is to have the game. I mean, it's more important to stay alive. Anyway, you get the idea. So I see he's going out for a third himself, so I don't think he's going to commit all into
A
this.
new queen has emerged.
I'm getting a handful more Zerglings at home, but I think he's just going to harass. So I want to stop his third. And he doesn't have much, like, if you go for this, you don't have much tech. So we're going to get some
Not
Hydras
enough
here.
Vespian gas.
Price control. We require gas.
I have 38 drones, which isn't many, but since he's going for such a low tech play, also I don't have vision in the main. That's a mistake.
You require more Vespian
Ah, okay.
gas.
Here we
Hold
go.
my finger, Artosis.
I'm getting Hydroless range first, because I'm playing defensive. If I was attacking, I'd probably go for muscular augments. Looks like he's just going to take the other base here. I still don't know what the prism is doing, but out of sight, out of mind, right? Okay. I'm going to get the ranged attack upgrade. We're getting a few more drones out now. Should probably get. I'm going to split off some Zerglings here. We'll get the Hydra speed researched. There it is.
Mine
Hello.
more pebbles.
How are you on this fine evening? It's evening still, right? Nope, it's past midnight. His army's not on the map. He just kind of made a warp prism and then didn't do anything with it, which is not very good. I've been missing the injects pretty hard, so I'm going to queue some more up. I want to get 56 rounds. Is okay for a timing. He pulled out his Ethernet cord because he canceled his RoboBay, right? That would be one of the only scary things, is if he's actually going Colossus. This is... I don't have anything to deal with Colossus coming up. So, as he's going for the third, you're usually the most vulnerable right as your base is finishing. I'm going to try to just kill this off. Looks like that's not going to pan out.
Not enough Vespian gas.
Price control. Only 5. You're engaging the opponent.
A little bit of fancy micro. Looks like a hallucination went down. I don't feel like without +1
We must
and that
mutation
next round of
complete.
Hydras,
So creative.
I don't feel safe enough to attack. And also, before I attack, I should be injecting. I should take
Mineral
another
field
base.
depleted.
I should probably... Alright, now I feel more comfortable. He's getting Archons now, though, so that's why he feels safer. He has an observer over me, I think.
We're running out of minerals back home.
Honestly, I don't know about that. Well, that angle is very good for me. So, like, he's kind of force fielding himself out from attacking me. So we're making more Hydras at home here. Make sure we get that Archon. Honestly, trading for this army is pretty good. If I can get the Immortals.
Need more energy.
Maybe I went a little far with that. But behind it, we've got 4 bases
Our forces are under attack.
and 64 drones. So, I see he doesn't have the gas at his third, which means he can't just be warping in Archons everywhere.
Unacceptable command.
I started the Lurker Den. We're going to get Spore Crawlers. And I don't feel like I need to get Spine. Well, maybe on this base. Get some Spine Crawlers that do kind of a wall here. Make it harder. Not a bad time for Lurkers.
Price
Let's
control.
keep a few
Only
Hydras
5
in the
gas-
main. This could be annoying. On the way back in. So remember, it's all about having multiple angles. You never want to just attack headlong into a Protoss. So we're going to send the Zerglings out to the right side. And they're going up this base a little bit. We'll keep 5 Hydras in the main. The rest can leave. Infestation Pit. This is to make sure he's not taking this base. Well, he was going to try to take this base, but...
A new queen has emerged.
It's a pretty scary army. Let's go to this base.
Base is under attack again.
I made a mistake, and I wasn't ready for this, so that's unfortunate. But I'm killing probes.
Your forces are under attack.
I'm gonna
We're
hold
running out of
position
minerals
here.
back home.
A new queen has emerged. Your forces are taking damage. A creep tumor's under attack.
Make sure we have a Spore in front to help block. I killed a lot of workers, so
Mineral field
this was
depleted.
mostly worth it. Still sloppy of me. He's gonna go take another base now. I have plenty of gas, right? Gonna get another hatch. Gonna rebuild here. But the one way you lose games is by YOLOing in and losing your very, very expensive lurkers. We got one observer there. Making more
Insufficient
Hydras.
Vespene gas.
I'm okay with being on 3 bases as long as I have mine. That's what's important here. Especially gas mining. Counterattacking. Just ignore me. Don't worry about it.
Mineral field depleted.
Gonna bring a lot of these guys out.
Spot more.
Our forces are under attack.
Ended up finding him on the map.
A creep
Try to
tuber's
get
under
these
attack.
guys over here. Well, he's struggling to deal with the lurkers, so. As long as he is. Gonna bring in this flank. Target the observer. Yeah. I mean, he was trying pretty hard. I try. Hydra Ling, it's just the nature of it, right? You're just making a lot of Zerg moves. Unfortunately, it's time to slow down again. It's time to slow down again. I'm trying to get everything done that needs to be done, but nothing extraneous. I could definitely be doing some more injects and stuff in there, but getting the right units at the right time. It's the idea. But also, apparently, giving out free sub. Norian, too, following since August.
Your attention.
Winter boys and trilling. So this
Yeah, just
counts
on my
my
drive.
total months now, or is it just the months since they've set it up?
You should probably give yourself, well, I'm saying I'm giving myself a little bit of wiggle room with Zerg by saying that's just how Zerg works. And there's just a basic level of APM with Zerg that you're going to be a little higher at the lower levels. But I said a promise is a promise. Okay, you get your freebies. Thank you, Black Hat Maker, as well for 6 months. But there, I could tell, like, if he doesn't have the gases on his bases, he can't tack up that quick. He didn't get the gases on his second base that quick. I saw that with the Overlord. He didn't get the gases on his third base that quick. I saw that with Zergling. So, that means he doesn't have the tech. Like, if he goes for Templar and Archons, he can't just have them everywhere. They're not cheap. Even though it always seems like the Protoss has enough Storm. It's not as easy as you think, my Zerg friends, to get all that. In fact, I probably could have tried to push him a little bit earlier before Storm, but as long as you don't run up a ramp into Immortals and Storm, it's usually okay.
Good luck, have fun.
Some Terran time. Terran versus Zerg. You and me. There's really not much to do. Like, you build SCVs, set up some camera locations. Why not? Get the gas. I'm going gas first. We're gonna try a more mech build.
No
I can do.
handouts.
I've done
Make
bio
more
as well,
depots.
throughout. But this map has a pretty close rush distance, and it's a little bit more liable to be cheese. So I'm gonna go with a build that gets me enough units early. Because when you don't have a ramp leading up to your natural, it can be dicey.
SCV ready.
I'm gonna be rallying out this CV. We're gonna go see if he goes for a pull first. I need to figure out if my Reaper needs to stay home or if it can go abroad.
SCV
Because
ready.
if he does go pull first, obviously I do not want to have no units while I'm building a command center. It's kind of bad. That would be bad.
SCV ready.
I wish there was a random. I see you mentioning. I wish there was a random announcer setting where you could have between all of your announcers, like whatever you have. That'd be pretty fun. But- and then 1/10 of the time you get Diva. Yes, because you guys have all bought that many announcers, right?
Huh? Sure thing.
Right.
Gotcha.
Supporting Starcraft. Diva is a very popular announcer, especially in Korea. You know her from her top tier Starcraft play.
Hear me. What's going on?
So all we're doing with this Reaper is keeping the Zerglings honest and trying to block a third.
SCV ready. SCV ready. Yo.
And it's going to be a 2-factory play,
Add-ons finished.
which gets me a lot of Hellions and Cyclones is the plan.
Got something.
Try to get there in time.
SCV ready.
It's going to be close. Nice.
What? You want something?
That's a lot of Zerglings, but the Zergling speed doesn't finish till around 330. The fact he made eight Zerglings is pretty nice, actually, because that's a lot of Zerglings to have early. Yeah, he scouts it, but this is a build that you can definitely overreact to. That's one of the big benefits. Like, it's very easy to be like, oh, well, I need spine crawlers and spore crawlers, because he's gonna go all in. But no, I'm just gonna keep building up. Let's try not to lose the mule here. That would be very fun.
Yeah, whatever.
Mine more minerals.
You can't buy stuff on credit.
Ready to raise some hell. SCV ready.
Gonna get 2 depots because I'm gonna have 2 mules. They are very important. I don't think he made another round of rings. So now I can really get a little roasty toasty.
Not enough minerals.
I guess we're going in. He probably has roaches in production, but yeah, 1 queen doesn't save you. Was that? Okay, let's see if we can roast drones with some fancy micro. It's like, oh shit. So burrow is important to note.
Let's go. Gas from above. In the rear with the gear.
I haven't seen that in quite a while. Burrow to save the drones.
SCV ready.
So, I slacked a little bit on SCV production here, which is unfortunate.
Whoa. Need more
I'm gonna
energy.
dive back in. We're gonna bring the Hellions home, but I'm gonna dive in with the Reaper to get an idea. Oh yeah,
Hey, your
probably.
space construction vehicles are under attack.
Oh, is that what that stands for?
SCV ready. Roger that. SCV ready.
That's gonna be annoying.
In the rear with the gear. You had to give more than the word. This better be.
We require more minerals.
I almost dropped a mule.
They're attacking your base, you know. They're attacking your SCVs.
Okay.
To raise some hell.
Well, we're gonna finish the armory here.
SCV ready. Huh?
Start the +1, which is quite late, by the way.
Online. Let's go
Unfortunately.
kill something.
We really want to get that quicker.
SCV ready.
But,
Been waiting on you. Bring it. Go. Cyclone ready for
Insufficient Vespene gas.
that is a lot of Zerglings. And honestly, it's more important for me to trade for Zerg. Oh, well, Hellbats are really good. So, yeah. Hellbats are really good. Oh, I didn't start. I was wondering why I had so much money. My third didn't start.
Cyclone receiving.
I don't know what happened. I never make mistakes. If you want that. What do we got now? Zerglings. You're going to be limited to Zerglings. And behind this, I'd be getting... Honest, I should have had a third base and 3 more factories started. Was the plan. But the plan didn't quite come together how I wanted it to. Okay. Takes a few banelings to kill cyclones. But we have more reinforcements coming up.
Got any extra firepower?
Got any extra fire. The thing is, like, he definitely overreacted early. He's like, well, 2 factories. I need to have all these things. But this is a build that just hits you at weird timings that you're not really used to as a Zerg. And that's why there's so much of a struggle here. Like, he's struggling to just put the units on the field. Because he didn't really have his third up that quick.
Your upgrade's done.
We can get this into an orbital. My +1 just finished, which is a huge upgrade advantage. Now, I shouldn't be using this build. I forgot that they're changing the Cyclone up. So I won't use this build anymore during the series, by the way. Because this is not really a great build with the new patch. Of course, maybe I'll just do the series again on the new patch. But, forgot about the Cyclone change. But, because I'm like, what's a nice mech build there? He was Masters 1. It is an effective build, but I was the brick. So that's really all that matters. He definitely overreacted early. Like, the burrow is kind of expensive to get early on as well. And when you do, like, it delays an important upgrade. Like, it's the same price as an important upgrade, like +1 attack or roach speed. So you have to get some value out of it. It's not really a defensive upgrade. But it had to be a defensive upgrade for him, for the most part.
Good luck.
Have fun.
Thank you, Tastosis. What do we got? ZVZ? You might be like, oh, wings take so much APM. Yeah, we're not going to build any. Okay, we'll build like 2 for scouting. That's about it, though. Why does people still don't get that APM is not the actual measure of skill? It's I know it sounds crazy, but new people are coming into the game every day. And historically, people have latched on to APM. Like, it makes a lot of sense, though, when you think about it. It's a stat that literally tells you how many actions. It can be very easy to be like, well, I'm improving because I'm playing faster, because I did more actions. Everything else, like workers created, well, it was like a 5-minute game. That doesn't really tell me much. Or like resource collection or unspent resources. It's like, oh, well, I was maxed out. So it's just a very easy, simple thing to latch onto. And it matters, but not nearly as much as many people think. Also, by the way, I don't want gas. But I did forget. The last time anyone actually wanted to play StarCraft was in 2013. Everyone since then has just been coming back for a week, getting beat up by me on the ladder, and deciding to quit. I forgot. My bad. This is because usually I'd have gas drones here, but I shouldn't be doing this mining. It's going to confuse people. But the simple version is it's okay to have more than 16 workers. Up to like 22 is still very efficient compared to long distance mining. I just wanted to have a nice split between. Now this is going to be a defensive overlord. Once I can't really, once my money starts stacking up here, that's when I'm going to get the gas geysers.
A new queen has emerged.
Gonna get another queen as well. Just one more. Actually, no, two. Yeah, both these queens come down for this build.
Your forces are taking damage.
He's making a
We
Bane nest,
require more
which is already good.
overlords.
A little bit of micro there.
We must spawn more overlords.
I actually screwed up the build a little bit.
A new queen has emerged.
Because I was supposed to get another OV here, and I didn't. But the general idea is we're getting very quick speed roaches. That's what it comes down to. I definitely screwed it up somewhat, but the idea is I just hit him with this timing. That's very difficult to handle, and I just walled off my my units. That was good. I'm used to going Ling Bane. I love my Ling Bane. You guys probably know that, but I threw myself off here a little bit. Alright. Now, what I want him to do with this, partially, is overreact. Like, that will happen. We got the roach speed on the way. His wings didn't scout it yet. He has some banelings, which don't do really anything, essentially, against roaches. We need to make some overlords.
Need more energy.
Because I'm going to be making a big round of roaches in a moment. Let's see if we can sneak out. And get to that base a little bit before I get any roaches
We
out.
need more monies.
Minerals. Your base is under attack again.
I want him to be like, oh, you're making another base? He is trying to macro. That's what I'd like to see. But he does have the Overseer coming in, which means that's not
Engaging the
going
opponent.
to happen. We're going to get some Overseers. Get the Changeling, kill the Changeling, and then rally across the map, which already should have been happening.
Mutation complete.
+1 is done.
Your warrior's evolution complete.
The idea here, the brick hits him, and he gets knocked out. That's about it. Third base is not just a placeholder, but it can be, if it needs to be. Kind of isolating him here. There you go. Like, he just spent a few too many minerals and gas on extraneous things, made a few too many Zerglings, and we stayed under. And he just hit him, knocked him out. And that was definitely not as efficient as it could have been. I definitely could have done that attack a little bit quicker. Probably about 30 seconds if I was perfect. Thank you, David, for giving the gift of winter. To Sleepy GG as well. Thank you for that. exclamation point slow down for a chance to win a free sub if I go over that 100. Oh, he has the Marauder banner thing. As random, all we have are like random assortments of planets. So TVT is going to entirely change after the new patch and the change for Cyclones. But I'm gonna stick with the Cyclone build for now. I still think Cyclones will be a part of the early game for Terran. But they won't be like, I'm making 6 Cyclones. And then 1 or 2 just to defend. But simply right now, the matchup, well, that's how TVT is. Unless you're gonna like Proxy Reaper or something.
You need more
He was under
supply
100.
depots.
Yes, I can tell the people who are more active in Twitch chat than listening to the stream definitely trying to chastise the people who are doing exactly what I said by typing exclamation point slow down. If you were paying more attention to the stream, you would have realized that, but thank you for being on top of it. This sounds like infected mushroom. There's a very good reason for that, and that's because it is. Alright. 1v1 me, bro. Based on the scout timing, I don't think he has a proxy, but you can never be 100%. I didn't scout because this build, pretty much you just need to get every single mineral, because Cyclones are not cheap.
You scared me.
CC's upgraded.
I'm gonna get the gas next. Bring this guy up. I want the reactor first. Nope, you stay up here.
Go ahead.
Shift click back. I should have been building an SCV, that was sloppy. Get into the gas.
SCV ready. I'm listening.
I don't think he listens very well.
SCV ready.
Your add-on's done.
Getting those Cyclones out.
Ready. Big job, huh?
I lose the SCV, unfortunately, but I should be able to buy enough time until
Agreed. Nothing I can't handle. Fair enough. Huh? Yo, systems go. SCV ready.
CC's upgraded.
okay. I'm actually going to use 1 scan. Okay, good to know.
SCV ready. Channels clear.
He's only going to have 1 Cyclone by the time I get there, but he will very soon have 2.
You need
2 more,
minerals.
so I'm going to
In
have a
my
few
day,
seconds
we mined 8 minerals at a time.
to take advantage of the situation. And if I can kill that first Cyclone when I get to 4 Cyclones, I have more Cyclones. I did the math. Did he have a starport in the mix as well? So that means he doesn't quite have the gas.
You got coordinates or
We need more monies.
SCV
Let's see if I did the math right. Just barely. Oh, he's gonna have 2, but then I'll have 3, which is more.
You can't build there.
You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals at a time.
building, like, I'm going mass. This is another, just the inefficiency. Like, he built a turret. I'm making more Cyclones than him. There's no risk of me having Starport units. Like, there was no risk of me having a Cloak Banshee. He got into my base. But he's still too scared. Like, because he wasn't focused on scouting with his Reapers. He was just focused on trying to kill a few SCVs. If he had actually looked, he would have seen.
Channel's clear, boss.
Now I'm gonna get some turrets because he did have a starport and I saw it. And this is where I add on tech.
Additional supply depots required.
Like he's going Cloak Banshee.
You need more depots. Sorry, this is a hard game.
Bad news, FTV ready. Huh? What's going on?
I thought you were not going Cyclones anymore. This is TVT. The metagame is going to dramatically shift. It's going to dramatically shift with the next patch, and I don't know what that looks like, so I can't really tell you how to do a solid build. I'll put out... The ideas are the same. Like, he spent more money on production, he built less of the same units, so I can attack. Because his production is not going to be up in time. Like, it's a wide open situation. He saw in my base, for example, like, I didn't have anything else. I was going Cyclones, but he still built things like turrets, which he didn't need. You can't go Cyclones and build Starport units. It doesn't work. You don't have the gas. But he was too worried about doing damage with these early units, but that's the easy, it's a trap, essentially, to try to do damage with your early units as Terran, and that's what, well, he's Masters 3, but that's a wall a lot of Terrans hit. They feel like they're doing good because they're doing damage with their scouting units, but the follow-up isn't there in time, and that's what people struggle with.
Good luck. Have fun.
That's a name I haven't seen in a long time. Actually, I'm gonna scout off the pylon. Get the chrono boost. Gate. Make sure, because we're still in the proxy. Maybe proxies are done after Maru got Maru and TY both got kind of bitch slapped in BlizzCon for going for like being so stubborn with the proxies. So we'll see. Thanks, RMJesus.
Good. Now I have your attention.
Since he's building a barracks in his main, I'm gonna expand. That's pretty much how it goes. I'm gonna just
Bigger,
patrol this
faster,
probe.
stronger, upgraded.
Continue with those upgrades. Bring everybody over.
I return to serve.
Okay, that's the main army.
Into the night, cities lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak.
We don't mind drop.
Upon a star,
He's gonna try to do a combo move here. So I want to smash one army
the shadows causing
and then deal with the Widowmine drop.
You must place that in a power
Upgrades are
field.
super important.
Upgrade complete.
He's gonna bring this in.
They're attacking the base.
Control click. I missed the targeting there. How did the drop go? Didn't go great. Leave a few stalkers in the main. Continue upgrades. He has 1-1.
You're out of supplies. Make more pylons.
We're gonna bring some zealots up to the north because counterattacking into the net is probably gonna be
We're
a
running out of
fruitful
minerals
move.
back home. Your pylon is under attack. You must construct.
And we can get some storm. I actually don't have that much anti-air here, so he's gonna have a big army over on the other side.
Upgrade complete.
I just finished an armor upgrade.
Pylon under attack.
We might want some more gates over here. Do we have storm? Not even close, but I think with the upgrades we're okay.
Good. Now I have your attention.
This is the perfect time to bring these boys in.
They're going after your pylon.
Oh, this is a little sloppy.
That needs a power.
Your pylon is under attack.
We are one with the shadows.
Looks like he deflected the charge launch. I think I accidentally walled that in. Gonna have one Templar in each base, and then we can have the
Bigger,
Templar with the
faster.
army. I feel like I have a few too many units here. Why are you all here?
That mineral field's gone.
Actually, we'll recall back. I've got Storm now. I should have left a few charge lines, but it's okay.
My life for iron.
Pylon under attack.
We cannot hold.
They're going after your pylon.
A classic tactic. You're attacking your probes. Watch your mineral line.
Oh my. I'm actually walled in. It's fun.
Shadows.
Alright.
State. We shall stand against the darkness. We are.
Got this base.
Bigger, faster,
I
stronger,
need just to
upgraded.
spend more money. Get that up there. Bring this with me.
One Orakai. Europe. Cold is the void.
Okay. Just need to make sure I still have some
Going
Templar.
after your pylon. A classic. Your probes are under attack.
I still have one Templar with energy.
Whoa! Need more energy, little guy.
Oh, my main. That's where I'm breaking a little. Oh, that's why I didn't have enough gates. Because I lost a lot of my main.
You can't warp in there. Your pylon is under attack.
I just don't have enough production now.
Your probes are under attack.
Well, that base is gone, but he has like 7 command centers, so...
You can't warp in there. Pylon under attack.
Oh, I never got +3. Seems like a bit of an oversight. Also, I really should be going for a second form of splash damage here. Like, that's the best way to do it. But,
We're running out of minerals back home.
the struggle. The lack of main base production really hurt there.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
We embrace the glory of battle.
Our mind.
Mineral field depletion.
That field's been mined out. Hope you have an expansion.
We shall swoon Orkai unto light of the power.
We're running out of...
Candy green and the clouds will when you ask what's up.
We are full.
He's like, oh shit, I need planetaries here.
We shall stand against the darkness.
Not enough Vespian gas. You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals.
We shall stand against the darkness. Our minds. We are leaders. Enlightened by God. We are focused.
Oh shit, I really fucked up.
You must place these.
I ran into a planetary. How many times do I tell you guys not to do that? I just ran into a planetary. Where there was an army as well. Classic mistake.
We're running out of minerals.
Your probes are getting wrecked. Your probes are under attack.
Faster, stronger, upgraded. Your pylon is under attack.
We stand as one.
I have a recall online. I don't want to show them that my army's over here.
With a candy green and the clouds
Vespian geyser. Hey, your base is under attack, man.
Fuck.
Hey, your base is under attack. It's a trap! You're under attack. Siege up.
I attacked into a planetary with units at it. Classic mistake.
We are the light of the power.
I have 49 probes. They're just poorly distributed.
Not enough energy.
Geyser's empty.
That mineral field's gone.
We shall stand against the darkness.
Like, zealots aren't even that good here.
We're running out of minerals back. Base is under attack again. You can't warp in there.
They're attacking your base here.
Not enough mine more minerals.
You can't buy stuff on credit this game.
Assault data block.
Not enough minerals. You need more minerals.
In my day, we
Oh, are
mined
you
8
fucking?
minerals at a
Oh, are
time.
you fucking serious right now? Do you see this shit?
We're running out of minerals back home.
Let my people go.
I charge. I'm here.
Not enough minerals.
We got the Nexus.
You can't warp in there.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
You can't warp in. You must place that in a power field. You can't.
Your probes are under attack.
You require my
Mineral field depleted. That needs a not enough message.
You can't. We're running out of minerals back home.
Like,
assault data block.
I know he's on this side though. That's the thing.
Mineral.
You can't warp in there.
Your demands. Eternal.
He has so much
You must
armor.
place that.
I am the voice. We are the presiding. Deliver reinforcements.
Insufficient Vespi.
Need more energy.
Oh, the only ones.
Presiding.
Oh yeah, we're off the rails now, by the way, in case it wasn't obvious.
That needs a power field. You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals at a time. Hey, your base is under attack. It's a trap.
You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals at a time.
Oh my god, that's on fire. Why do you hate
Insufficient
living?
Vespin gas. You can't warp in there.
You need more minerals. Your probes are getting wrecked.
He already has those bases up there.
Protoss need a power field for that.
Nobody's perfect. Geyser's empty. You must place that in a power field. You can't warp in there.
Speak.
Hey, your base is under attack, man.
I have no splash damage besides the Archons. Trying to go for the center mass.
You require more Vespene gas.
Hold my finger, Artosis.
I need to defend both sides somehow. Magically.
Speak and be heard. You require. I am the voice of the eclipse.
You must place that in a power. Our forces are under attack. You can't warp in there.
Fuck! That was really bad.
We're running out of minerals back. Insufficient Vespene gas.
They're going after your pylon.
A classic tactic. You must place that in a power field.
I live on.
You can't warp in there.
I am the voice of the eclipse. Power overwhelming. I am the heart of darkness.
Not enough Vespene gas.
Price controlled. Only 5 gas per
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
You can't warp in there.
It is known. We begin.
Insufficient.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
Your probes are under attack. Get him out of there! That field's been mined out.
Not enough Vespene gas.
It's Vespene, tasteless. You're at max supply.
Consciousness awakened.
I have 83 probes. That's actually too many probes.
Wow, you're capped out. Time to make some room. You must place that in a power field. You're at max supply. You're running out of minerals.
Those EMPs are landing hard.
That field's been...
Can you get a pylon closer, please?
My meditation. Our soul, is wanted.
We never even built fucking planetaries here.
You can't warp in there.
Consciousness awakened. I am here.
We're running out of minerals back home.
Deplete.
We embrace the glory of battle. Highlighted him. I'm here. Shut it out for attention. I am think you require my skills.
Wait, what? He's not dead? Oh, he's not dead.
Let our enemy know.
You can't warp in there.
Intriguing.
Assault data lock. Assault data lock.
So, there's a reason. He used to be a pro player, if it's the guy I'm thinking of. If you guys have been around long enough. He's still on the Complexity clan. He used to play for Team Complexity in like Heart of the Swarm. And that's partially, he might not have played much since Heart of the Swarm. As you could see, he didn't use any Liberators and struggled against Disruptors. So I'm starting to feel like he watched some BlizzCon and is hyped to take it back. But that's like, you could tell he had the mechanics there. Let's see. Frugal Finer, 166. That's way over, but like he was playing right. Yeah. It's been a bit. In Heart of the Swarm.
Good. Now I have
Maybe
your
even.
attention.
It's been a while. But I recognized his name. I'm like, oh shit. So, we definitely did not stay under. Do you feel like if he had tanks, you would have lost? I feel like a few well-placed Liberators actually are the way to do it on that map. But, so that was a more serious match. But, it's a lot of fun. That was intense.
Good. Now
Part
I
of these
have your
games,
attention.
I have a tendency to make too many probes. Like, I had 80 to... I don't know how many probes I had at the end. Let's see. I had 90 probes at some point. Yeah, that's actually too many. Your army is too small and you can't split it well enough. But yeah, exclamation point slow down. Goes to Crypty since May of 2017. And is already subbed, ruining everything. I should have really... Okra armband... I should have just made it... Alright, Void Master CZ. What do subs get if they win? Nothing. The pleasure of giving me more money. Okay. I didn't actually make it specific to non-subs. No free replays? Well, here's the thing. Every single one of my replays is uploaded to sc2replaystats.com. You can just use the replays command, or there's links all over the stream. But, now here's the downside. You have to actually go look at them and find them yourself, which is very hard. I know. I apologize. You don't even have to be subbed, but you do have to put in effort, which is more expensive. And now, yeah, I gotta kind of get back in the mindset after that. I mean, Masters players are pretty good. So, it takes some effort. And then once we get to Masters, I'm gonna spend a little bit of extra time on each of these segments. We've done a Q&A at the end. This time, I will do a much, well, not a much more, but a longer one. It's usually been about 15 minutes. Probably spend 20 to 30. I mean, maybe we'll continue and see how far I can get with less than 100. If it starts getting up to my MMR, which is like 52, 5300 usually, then I'm gonna feel like, oh, I guess I was playing the game wrong the whole time, so hopefully it doesn't come to that. But, we'll find out. No, it's Masters as Zerg, I think, on this account. That's why it has the border, which confuses so many people. Like, he probably thinks he's playing a Masters player. And while technically he's right, but if I was a more average player on the ladder, I got Masters with Zerg, but I'm solid Diamond with Protoss, he's still gonna think he's playing a Masters, and everybody sucks themselves out. That's how it goes, right? Like, because if you get to Masters as one race, then, you got the border for all of it. It's even more pronounced at the lower levels. Like, a lot of players will be plat or diamond with their main race, but might literally be silver as their off race. And people are like, why am I playing plats and diamonds when I have only played 5 games and the matchmaking system has not yet had time to determine how good I am or am not? Except they were actually playing silver as well. So that, I don't know what that voice was. I don't know what that voice was. But, yeah, that. Whatever that was, I don't know, but,
I have your attention.
Almost forgot to resub.
we're gonna try to do the roach build a little bit
Mine
more
more minerals.
effectively
You can't buy stuff on credit in this game.
in this match. What happened to the new emotes you talked about? Did you see the DT emote? I added the DT emote. Winter DT. Can you not see it? Well, if you tier 3 sub, you can buy detection. Oh, I did the build semi-wrong. I forgot that I was going for the guest list build, so we'll just work with what we got here. That Overlord is late, but he has it. Wait, no, it isn't. That's his third over. He just sent it kind of to a weird spot. Yeah, we're gonna pull off gas. I might cancel. I might cancel my Zergling speed as well.
A new queen has emerged.
In order to get quicker +1. Oh, okay, that works. That's why you don't rally your Overlord too far. That scared me. Like, it's scared. Did you see me jump? I'm like, oh. Well. I'm like, what? Losing the first Ovi in ZVZ is bad. It's not leave the game bad, but it's bad. I gotta... It's sometimes like, I don't even want to bother with this anymore, kind of. Yeah, Iron Man Zerg. That's a really terrible idea. That's not how you play Zerg. So 55, that's solidly under 100. Last I checked.
Good. Now I have your attention.
Good luck, have fun.
Okay. Now this is my worst matchup in general. Like, at especially the higher level. I just try to figure out, like, sometimes I'll put a barracks on the map, sometimes not. Usually I feel bad either way. But we're gonna try to play straight up. Just a 1-1-1. A little bit of pressure. And then go into bio and tanks. He scouted at the beginning of the game. He's been hurt before by random players. That's what that means. He's been hurt before. Well, I'm out here. Might as well go scout.
Yeah, whatever.
We're already here.
SCV ready. What's going on?
Yep,
Nope,
I'll do it.
no building there.
I'm actually getting a reactor first, because I should be able to get a very good scout of his base. And now we see, does he have... He just started the Cyber Core, which means he was intent. Yeah, he's going to make a Zealot.
In the rear with the gear.
So now, just go home. Get my expansion.
Back again.
I'm going to drop a Mule. And we're going to need a bunker. We're going to need a bunker. But,
Your add-on's done.
SCV ready.
They're attacking your base, you know. We need more money.
we'll cancel that. She'll give me the money for a bunker
SCVs are under attack. You need more supply.
and a factory. It's a little bit of a weird start. There's a lot going on, but,
Hey, your space construction vehicles are under require more
Is that what
minerals.
that stands for?
let's see if I can kill the probe.
Why not?
No touch.
Yep. This better be good.
But with the bunker, I mean, he can do some harass, but because he didn't have 2 gas and he was very much planning on expanding there, that means he's not going to have his tech super fast.
Hey, your base is under attack. It's a trap.
Yep, he made a Stalker, not an Adept, so he can't get by my wall. At least without a whole monstrous effort.
What's going on?
Now, some players, if you do this, will be like,
SCV ready. Gangway coming through. Looking forward to it. Let's ride.
that's a lot of energy. I won't kill it, but, well, I'm going to use a scan here in the main. Twilight, Robo, Gateway.
SCV ready.
So what this means is if I attack with this SCV to repair, these Marines and the Cyclone. No, no, come with me, SCV. What the? You hate it when that. He doesn't have anything besides that Stalker, maybe a second Stalker. So we're gonna bring it all. But NG Bay was not required. I'm gonna get another base. We'll get a medevac as well.
In the rear.
Add-on's finished.
Good. Now I have your attention.
Oh, forgot to use my free Twitch Prime subscription.
Now he's doing a very good job. Like, I'm just gonna right click on probes here. And we're we're gonna make tanks because I'm getting too fancy on the micro. Shift click. So I killed a bunch of probes. We're gonna get double. We might have a third in a sec. Hide SCV. You won't notice if you hide in the corner. He will eventually have blink. That is important to consider. But that was a lot of dead probes. So we get stim, combat shield. I'm gonna get a couple marauders. This is a weird start to the game. He's got an observer in my base, so honestly, this should be a liberator.
You need more minerals.
It's about to get heavy.
What if I just made a barracks? I'm gonna get a turret over there. It's like, excuse me. What the f— Oh, he doesn't have the third. Which means he's probably pretty focused on an attack here. And I just need to make sure I'm focused on defense.
Reporting for action.
Put this over here. I mean, I guess he could have taken the other side, but the boys will be pulled. Now, I did a lot of micro in that attack, so not enough though. As he tried to work his way through, but he, like, you can't lose like 30 probes. Well, not 30 probes. He lost 11 probes. I thought it was more than that, to be honest. But I need 50 more.
Good luck. Have fun.
Terran versus Zerg. Actually, that's probably gonna be my next base.
SCV ready. In the rear with the...
And we're just gonna do a tank push build. This is a great map for a tank push build. With the cliffs that you can shoot over, with magical physics, and all of that.
You need more supply depots.
Hear me. Big job, huh?
Took me a little too long to place my barracks there, because I'm a noob.
SCV ready.
But TVZ is a lot about, like I think the biggest mistake, everybody has different mistakes. There are different types of mistakes, and they're all very similar. But a lot of Diamond Terrans are just, the easy way to put it is too much of a bitch.
What's going on?
They are too scared to attack because they've been hurt by Banelings or Storm or Siege tanks before. And now, while you shouldn't be running into Banelings or Storm or Siege tanks, there are other ways to do it besides select all, army, A move, complain. Like, in that order, usually.
Yo.
I think one of the biggest things, especially Terrans, but all the races can do, is actually play random. Play the other races. And learn how to die. What I mean by that is learn, oh, if I just go for, if the Zerg just goes for 3 hatches, like I tried to, they can kind of just kill you. I was always scared they'd have too many Zerglings, stuff like that. So.
Bad news.
Can't build there.
Got me up so high,
SCV ready.
and I know that I'll be fine.
Gangway, coming through.
Don't know what to
What?
do.
You want something?
Am I acting
By the
like
This better be good.
Additional supply depots required.
Micro God.
Go ahead.
Oh, he did get a third. He snuck it out.
You the finger man.
Okay.
SCV ready.
just like I'm
SCV ready.
Add-ons finished.
No reason to give him extra information here. So I'm gonna put this a little further back. Or maybe my Marine can block an Obi.
CC's upgraded. Not enough energy.
Aye, aye. SCV ready.
Looks like he chose to come in from a different angle.
Ready to raise some hell.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Add-on complete.
A little bit of sneaky beaky business. He's looking. He's gonna see me flip over to the tech lab here.
SCV ready.
That's nice.
Landing sequence interrupted.
SCV ready. Ready to raise some hell.
He didn't need to see nothing.
What's going on? Well, butter my biscuit. What's it for?
I was just joshing you.
Go, go, man. What? You want something? Light it up. Big job, huh? Go ahead.
Your add-on's done.
SCV ready.
The little building on the right side of your big building's done.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
I was actually supposed to build a Viking, but since I killed that first Ovi, I don't know where the other Ovis are. So not building a Viking might come back to bite me, but we'll find out.
SCV ready.
We require more minerals.
Ready to roll out.
You need more depots.
Sorry, this is a hard game.
SCV ready.
Your add-on's done.
No handouts. Make not enough minerals.
SCV
I
ready.
want to be building another tank as soon as possible.
SCV ready.
He's got the queens.
Light it up. I'm waiting on you. Sound?
Make sure I don't get supply blocked. Very important.
Gangway. SCV
We're just
ready.
sharking around with the Hellions.
You need
See
more
what we can
supply
get.
depots.
I really do, though.
Big job. Are you
Research
ready for
finished.
this? Fueled up, ready to go. Go, go.
Ready for dust off.
Additional supply depots required.
I'm in a heap of trouble. Sure.
He's got roaches. I think he thought this was mech, which is very good for me.
SCV ready.
If we continue down that road.
10-4. Piece of me, boy. Big job, huh? You gonna give me orders? By the SCV ready.
Talk to me.
Need something load up, ready to go. By the SCV ready.
He did make a lot.
Yes, sir.
Ready for dust off. Talk to me. Light.
Of everything, actually. He did a pretty good job of
Now
that.
what? Ready for pickup? Here's your stuff.
Bigger, faster, stronger, upgraded.
Want a piece of me, boy?
Research finished. can't build there.
We're gonna start the 2-2.
Can't buy stuff on credit in this.
Oh, that just saved me. That was almost really bad. And then he did that. So that's very kind of him.
Taking up or dropping off? Now what?
Which gives me a lot of new life here.
Thespian gas. It's best being tasteless. Really?
Go on. Go, go, go.
Unfortunately, I don't have another base.
Additional supply depots required.
I assume he's taking this one.
Will do, Command.
Need more energy.
Ah, he didn't have that many workers. That's fine. Okay, he's got Baneling speed. We need to get some Liberators out there.
Waiting on you.
So here, we really focus on keeping a presence on the map while committing as little as possible. That's the big focus. Thankfully, we got that.
Let's go.
This better be good. Got it.
Up, ready to go. Seize.
Want a piece of me, boy? Let's have a blast.
Ready for dust off.
Armed and ready.
As you say.
Somebody, get me out of this mess.
We have some Hydras here.
Can't land there.
Don't worry, this thing can fly forever.
Keep your shirt on, Sparky. That's big weight. Go, go, go. Down here. This better be
Upgrade complete.
We're returning fire.
That mineral field's gone.
been waiting.
Now what?
This better be good.
Standing by. Perfect. Easy.
Go, go, go!
The little building on the right side of your big building's done.
Your upgrade's done.
This better be good. Ready.
Oh, okay, I guess I didn't attack there.
Gangway coming through.
Add-on spin.
No handouts. Make more deals.
SCV ready.
All hands to battle stations.
Why not? Want some? Sure. You can. We've been waiting on you. We can use some help here.
Oh, I didn't pick up the fucking... I only picked up the Marauders, not the Marines, so that wasn't great. Well, that's how to throw all the work away very quickly.
We require more minerals.
Unfortunately, we're kind of in a position where I do have to micro,
That
which is not my strong suit. But I do have a lot of production. There's that I have going for me. Against this, you want ideally more factories. Unfortunately, we're not quite there.
Now what? Ready for pickup?
Mine more minerals. You can't buy
But we can keep kind of working back and forth here. Upgrades are really important.
You gonna get this better. Who wants some?
We read you.
We could use some help here.
Understood.
Gangway coming through.
3 is done.
Piece of me, boy. By the number. Who wants some?
Mineral field depleted.
You gonna give me orders? Got no way. This time in your hand ready. Go, go, go.
We're running out of minerals back home.
Somebody get out of this mess.
Now, I was working to take advantage of the situation. I think I most certainly went over there. But we kept him busy for quite a while. Yeah, I knew. I messed up, like, but the entire idea of this is trying to put on as much pressure as possible. There's still not been a game that my opponent did not have more APM than me, except for one when I shut down a cannon rush. This entire series, there has not, maybe 2 out of 40-something is the point. But still, my tank killed 2 Marauders and a tank as well, so very nice of that tank. Master Zechariah the Glass. But in that position, when he does shut down the first pressure that hard, like, you gotta arc out and then keep him busy, like drag him back and forth. You gotta see, because when you stretch him thin enough, there might be weaknesses in the defense. Once he has Roach Bane, I no longer have the ability to just try to do a knockout blow. Like, I'm trying to keep his... When he goes Roach Bane, his economy is limited, as you see with the worker count. But I do have to put on a little effort to go to the sides and make sure he stays at home while I rebuild. Now, his attack up my ramp with all his banelings all clumped up there was very nice of him. That was definitely a turning point from my big attack. He's like, no, I can kill him. Zergs, do not run up a ramp in the siege tanks. How many angry coach hours must? So, I'm gonna jinx it. You guys ready for me to jinx it? So, I have not lost in Diamond 1. I lost 2 games in Diamond 2, both as a Protoss to really early Zerg all-ins, because I'm bad and I lose to those all the time anyways. But we have not yet lost in Diamond 1, and I'm like 24 MMR off Masters, so let's ruin it. Now I'm gonna lose 3 in a row. It's gonna ruin everything. Oh yeah, exclamation point slow down. I forgot, guys. I'm sorry. I did go way over. 120, what was it, 9? I'll do it after this game.
We require more minerals.
It's really easy as Zerg to get caught just like clicking overlords all over the place as well. It's a real struggle. Real problems for high level.
Good. Now I have your attention.
Welcome home.
Oh yeah, we gotta read out all the subs and everything. Thank you guys for all the support.
You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals at a time.
My first overlord is going to be scouting the front, My second Overlord is looking, well, it looked for Proxy Rex. It's done with that now. And it's going to get into the main. Between 3 and 4 minutes is when both Protoss and Terran, if they expand it. Big caveat. Well, let's find that pervert pillar there. So that's something. The fact he had a Marine first and not a Reaper. Let's see if we can get... Let me look for the second one. That usually means he's hiding something. Let's see.
Good. Now I have your attention.
Back from
Hey, Jules
BlizzCon.
TV.
Less than 3.
What is this? You think I really want a third? I do not want a third.
A new queen has emerged. Your forces are taking damage.
So we made a second Marine, which is more time not building an add-on. And we have another. Okay. It looks like he's eventually going to end up... Why, hello there, my friend. If I could get that mule... This is what's happening. This is a real fight here.
A new queen has emerged.
Well, he's going for a third base, so that means all I really have to deal with are Hellions.
Evolution complete.
We're gonna just click around the base.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
We require more overlords.
That is important. That's a good point.
You're engaging the
Right. We're gonna get 1-1 roaches, like 60 drones. What are you doing? Oh, these. But since my 1-1's gonna be late, we'll just get the. And then we'll have enough for +1 in just a moment. It's part of the reason to build a lair at the natural. Because, yeah, he doesn't see it as easy. Thank you for sending more of your economy to Scout. He's gonna know.
insufficient Vespene gas.
I need to make sure I have enough units to actually defend against run-bys.
A new queen has emerged.
Hello? I'm just gonna send this in.
You're under attack. Siege up.
I can't do that, Tosis. That's not how Terran works. God damn it, Overseer.
Mutation complete. So creative.
So you take the other third base? He did. He is going bio. We're gonna get...
Your forces are under attack.
+2 attack. And an infestation pit in case we end up going high.
Our forces are under attack.
Those are tanks. Yep. Looks like we're gonna end up going high. I kind of was light on the roaches because I wasn't sure how much he was going to commit to Hellions. And now I know.
Your forces are taking damage.
We're going to have some basic Spore Spine action here. Move the roaches around. Get a hive. More hydras. Hydras are so good.
Good. Now I have your attention.
Mutation
Roland D.
complete.
What thanks
So
for the
creative.
skins that are coming. I love your stream.
Oh, now I'm dead now. That's okay. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. It's not the end of the world, but obviously you don't want to just lose all your roaches for like 2 mules. That's not ideal.
We require more minerals.
Now I can still see when he's moving out, like unsieging, stuff like that.
Evolution complete.
The idea here is I'm just getting such a big economy and production that even though I'm kind of leaving him alone, looks like he might attack here. Yeah, in fact, I think it's likely he's attacking. You saw that one siege tank, that's all I know. He may go this way.
We must spawn more overlords.
You can choose your way.
And a few corrosive biles in the mix there. I'm getting a couple vipers now. And since he kind of failed an attack, that means I can expand once or twice. Let's make sure my mining is well distributed. It is. +3 attack.
Evolution complete.
I have 85 drones, which is actually too many. His upgrades, 1-1. I'm starting my +3. Get the creep on both sides. So now, the benefit of expanding to both sides is that I don't need to hold both. I just want to hold one.
You require more best.
Maybe get some battery packs for these guys. Looks like he's got another army here.
It's best. Mutation complete. Whoa! We need more energy.
I just
little
finished
guy.
+2 carapace, which is nice.
You're engaging the opponent.
I want to wait for these hydras to come out. And then we'll bring the vipers in from an
Wow,
angle he
you're
was not
capped out.
expecting.
Time to make some room.
And that's when you can win big fights. Looks like he's scared. Should be.
Let my silence reach.
Okay, we'll set up for a real attack here. He still hasn't seen the vipers yet. I mean, he might suspect them, but now he knows. But
Your forces are under attack.
get some nice mining clouds.
You're under attack. Siege up. We're running out of
We
minerals.
can rebuild. Let's work towards this base. Send the vipers back home. Their work here is pretty done.
Our forces are under attack.
I can go consume and all that.
We're running out of minerals back home.
Mutation complete.
So creative.
That's maybe not the place you want to be dropping mules.
Wow, you're capped out. Time to make some room. We're running out of minerals back home.
Your
Well,
forces are
we'll
taking
circle
damage.
around. And, well, here is when Spire and, like, everything goes. Spire to Whittle, and attack.
That field's been
Oh, they
mined
all
out.
went to the wrong
Looking at
side.
expansion.
I'm speeding up too much. Like I'm trying to play as efficiently as I can. It's still too much. I definitely could have slowed down a little bit on that game. Ruined. It's like it's just a fake challenge. Okay. Every single game. Well, in Diamond, it has been. The next one is it. We're 8 away. Alright, 2 giveaways. Slow down. Slow down. Chill out. Clickbait title, yeah.
I'm standing at the edge, but something always brings me
Like, the entire point is not to challenge me, because I can get to Masters with under 100 APM, but there might be some more losses in there. It's to do everything I think that, like, as a higher level player needs to be done, with next to no focus on, like, cute micro or things that aren't, like, essential parts of playing the game and improving. Yeah, sure. Cool medevac micro or Viper micro or stuff like that. Or Ravagers with good corrosive bow. Yeah, that's cool, but you can just kind of take a brick, throw it right through their window, and that's the most efficient way. Congratulations. Who wins next? It's gonna be V-Cry is following since 2015. As well as Dogs Rule, who is already subbed, so that's great. APC TV following since 2014. That was like 15 years ago.
Good. Now I have your attention.
It's crazy.
Good. Now I have your attention.
All right. One more. This is such a large league. There's so many. Like, the range of Diamond is literally larger than any other league in the game. It's like almost 3 times the range. Like, from the beginning of Diamond 3 to the very bottom of Masters 3 is a larger gap than, like, 2.5 Platinum leagues in terms of MMR. It's like 1,000 MMR. It's ridiculous. But, so I think it's one of the only leagues where tiers are very important. So you can see there's a big difference between a Diamond 1 and a Diamond 3 player. Whereas there's not a big difference between a Plat 1 and a Plat 3 player. Sorry, Plat 3 players and Plat 1 players. Sorry. And just everyone in between.
Good luck. Have fun.
Alright. Alright, Hank.
Good. Now
Thank you, Spasmodius.
I think this is the longest relationship I've ever had close.
It's so peaceful, so quiet. Let's see what he does. The only 2 matches I lost were to Protoss versus Zerg, getting all-in and destroyed because I was playing too slow. So, very careful about that. Now we get the Cyber Core and work our way up that tech tree. I'm still going to be doing a Stargate build. Stargate builds. I'm wondering, because I'm trying not to do like the 2-factory type of Cyclone builds. I'm trying not to do stuff like that, but I think Stargate builds, even after the new patch, are still going to be the mainstay of Protoss versus Zerg, because there's really no changes to the early mid-game, like besides the shield battery being slightly less HP, which doesn't affect too much when it comes to macro openers. So
Your probes are under attack.
can I make it home? I'm not gonna make it home. Rip probe.
Your probes are getting wrecked.
Probably should have started warp gate a little earlier, but
Where shall we march? Let none. The firstborn shall persevere.
oh, I didn't mean to do that. That sucks. But maybe I'll get a drone. Did I get a drone? That was weird. Had a weird amount of HP.
Combat awaits.
That was pretty bad.
Prismatic core online. System.
Glory to the Daemon.
I'm now taking my gases. Get the Twilight. Gonna get one more pylon on the edge here.
You're out of supply. Make more pylons.
Hunt for any OBs around the obvious locations, but like,
You must construct additional.
and this is a an Archon drop file. So we're gonna end up going with it.
Our window is short. Bronze is tall.
Research complete.
He has a layer done, so that's very important to note.
Not enough minerals.
Warp gate's done,
We are full power.
An omen.
but he didn't have that much gas. I'm not sure exactly what he wants quite yet.
Extra.
Okay, he's adding on more gas. So I'm gonna...
You require more minerals.
You're almost at the perfect probe count.
We need more money.
Minerals.
We're gonna turn this into a all-in.
Assault data lock.
The threads of fate lie bare.
You can't warp in?
Assault.
Not enough minerals.
It shall be done.
Ire.
I want to
shall
make it
be
look good.
restrained.
I think he's gonna get to the third,
You
but
can't
that's
warp
all
in
he's
there.
gonna see.
Assault data.
Research finished. You require more Vespine gas.
Pull my finger.
Assault data.
We need more money.
Minerals.
Okay, he's gonna be building units now. So
begin. Extrapolate. The enemy has discovered us. An air team launch a guard.
This is just getting destroyed here, by the way. Well, until we survive with some Archons, that's not the one you should care about. As long as I have one Archon, we have a dream here.
Not enough energy.
That's a lot of Hydras to just lose there.
That field's been
He
mined
still
out.
has all this mining, so like, that's the problem here.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
He's finally gonna get the prism, but has it been at too heavy a cost?
Not enough Thespian gas.
It's Vespian, Asa.
We're gonna find out. I wish I didn't lose that second. How many workers have I killed? Was it enough?
That field's been mined out. Hope you have an expansion.
You
Probably
need
not.
more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8.
This is when we actually just, honestly, maybe just storm, but get the gases. Yeah, where? I don't even know where my Templar Archives is. If you want lurkers, very smart moves. Okay.
You require more Vespian gas.
Pull my finger, Artosis.
Oh fuck! I lost that before. I got an Archon.
You're attacking our probes. Watch your mineral.
We need more money.
minerals.
You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals.
Archon in particular.
Your probes are under attack.
Oh, yeah, they are, aren't they? I probably should have canceled Storm to be able to get another Archon for sure, but
Research complete. Need more energy.
I jinxed it, guys. I did.
Power field back.
Nobody's perfect.
Your probes are under attack. That
GG, Hank. Ruined. And now more work is on the table. And well over 100. Wow. His MMR is pretty low. But it does take some. I probably should have opened up with maybe like an adept build or something like that. I knew I shouldn't have said it. I jinxed myself. Let's see what the worker count. Yep, I needed to do some damage, but I didn't quite make it there. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of letters in there, but there's more numbers, so I'm not even gonna try to read it. And now this is a constant limbo back and forth.
Good. Now I have your attention.
Now I think we're 2 away. What is that? 28? It's 45, 60. So 28. You can potentially get that in one game. It's unlikely. It's unlikely. So all 3 losses, Protoss versus Zerg. Reminiscent of Cyril versus Stats. I've heard of this guy. Up a Tree Zelda. Twitch.tv/Up a Tree Zelda. Now we're just playing all the, like... He's very good at multitasking. Which is gonna make it a struggle. I don't think he's Zerg. He's lying. Random is just not. The random gods are doing my best. Are doing their best, rather.
I bought bits the other night when I was drunk and I don't remember doing it. Confused face.
Well, thank you, BG. I think Terran for sure. I mean, if only there was this button, right? I could check, but unfortunately that button doesn't exist.
Your probes are under attack.
So, full reference, he beats me about half the time when I'm playing normally in this matchup. So, there is that concern. So sneaky. How many bits? That's the question. I mean, eventually we can find out. If you dream hard enough. He saw the twilight.
Unseen.
Chrono boost. Some probes out.
Glory to the day. Let your
Real.
yes, Executor. Combat awaits.
Cold is the void.
Well. Fuck.
Your probes are getting wrecked.
Very wise.
I don't like Reapers because they scout, which is a direct counter to what I'm doing,
State thy bidding.
believe it or not.
Good. Now I have your attention. I am the heart of darkness.
You need more minerals.
In my day,
Collect many bits.
Your
Smiley
probes are under
face.
attack.
How did he get in? Well, since we made the gates down here, there's a chance that I can actually prevent him here from seeing too much. But we will see. I only have 2
Can't
gates.
warp in there. Your upgrade's done.
This is going poorly
Not
already.
enough mineral.
The firstborn shall persevere.
Okay, so now we have all these gates.
We need
Glory to the Daylong. The firstborn shall persevere.
Oh shit.
Combat awaits. Let your wisdom give us your command. Where shall we march?
not
Good thing I
enough
built
minerals.
this then.
Yes, Najakar, not. We serve with pride. The firstborn shall persevere. Combat, yes, Executor.
You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals at a time.
Glorious combat is upon us. The Templar, march. Yes, Executor, where shall we march? Let your will.
Not enough Vespian
Oh,
gas.
I don't have any gas.
Controlled, only 5 gas per barrel.
How did I lose all these? I have too many gates. Good charge.
You
But for
require more
now.
Vespian gas.
Pull my finger.
Glory to
All
the
he has to
Daylong.
do is live, is the problem here.
Yes, Executor.
Insufficient Vespian gas.
That's
The firstborn.
his obligation.
You require more Vespian gas.
Pull my finger.
Glory to the Daylong.
Insufficient Vespian gas.
The firstborn shall.
We need more money.
Glory to the Daylong. Where shall.
You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals.
The firstborn shall persevere.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
We require more minerals.
Glory to the Daylong.
Okay. This is a decoy.
Not enough minerals.
The firstborn shall persevere.
Mine more minerals.
You can't buy stuff on credit in this game.
Glory to the glorious combat is upon us.
You need more minerals.
In my day, we mined 8 minerals.
Glory to the Daylong.
We're running out of minerals.
You can't. Research complete.
The firstborn shall persevere. Let combat open. Najakar Mina. Glorious combat is upon us. I have met the enemy. Give us your.
We require more minerals.
The firstborn shall persevere. Let your iron shall be. We serve with pride. Yes, where glory to the Daylong. Let none be. Najakar Mina.
I don't think this is under 100. But
The firstborn
he deserves
shall
more.
persevere.
That field's been.
I have met the enemy.
He beats me half the time if we play a good game. Like, not like this. Not like this. The brick. Was that a GG? The brick is Masters, but it was chiseled into something more like an arrowhead by the end. And that shows it like 100 is pushing it to consistently. I mean, if we were talking about over a 50% win rate. But we've done it. And what was that one? Ah, so close. It took more than 100. I'm gonna do a closing speech and then Q&A. All right? I would edit this part out. If I edited at all. But first, this series and this experience, and I'll probably continue. But like, we've made it. We did it. That we've reached the goal. Now, the idea was, the concept behind it first, is that a lot of new players, and believe it or not, there are new players in StarCraft. A lot of players latch on to APM, is that metric for improvement. And then they learn at times how inefficient it is at determining whether or not you're truly faster or better. I think in all but 1 or 2 games, the final record was 42-3. 42, the perfect number. And all 3 losses to PvZ, which I suck at anyways. But yes. But it is not the metric for improvement. Effective actions per minute, which Cyril has a lot of APM and EPM, is very important. And it wasn't to be like, look at me beat up on these diamond players with less than 100 APM or around 100 APM. But instead to show, like, it can look easy. It looks slow. It felt slow. I've already seen a ton of your comments from the lower ranks of it. And a lot of people like, wow, it looks so easy, so slow. But in gold, it feels so fast. Well, yes, that's how it is. But first, a few recommendations before we go to questions. The first thing is, you have to watch the replay. Like, if you think you're doing everything right, if you've practiced a real build and not like a 4 racks all in, you have to watch back your own replays in real time. It's hard. I barely do it. I mean, I'm at a higher level. I used to do it. I do it when I'm actually trying to improve, because you're never going to remember. I was supply blocked at 5 minutes for 30 seconds, like at a key time before an attack came, because maybe it was a 19-minute game. And like, all the times when people send in the Bronze League Heroes, oh, what an epic game, forgetting the first 20 minutes had a bunch of nothing and poor play. And then the last 10 minutes were a crazy base trade that never needed to happen. But you gotta, if you're actually doing all those things, like you're using SC2ReplayStats.com, SC2ReplayStats.com, it's free. You're using the training center there. It can pinpoint things you're doing worse than other players of any league, like you can compare to the leagues, so you can do that. But when you watch back your replays, you will see those mistakes that you make fun of people on Angry Coach for. You will. I see them every time, like, oh, that's the time. Oh, yep. Yep. I built 12 Overlords, and that's why I had no money when I only needed 2. Stuff like that. I say first, at least 5 minutes, but more like 7 to 10 minutes would be good. At least like every other game. On top of that, if you think that one race is more imbalanced at a certain level, and it's easier to play, well, go play that race for a few days and tell me about it. And I think you should play your off race a quarter of the time. Like, if you play, say, 20 games a week, 5 should be as Zerg or Protoss, and then the next 15 should be Terran. Because it's important to maintain perspective, and that's what makes it a lot of, like, that's why I can be so efficient. I know, oh, a Terran wants to attack there, so I'm already prepared. Or a Zerg wants to build drones now, so I can put on pressure. And stuff like that makes it a lot easier to get that low APM, but effective APM. Effective actions per minute. So, you can do it. I can help. Who am I ripping off with that one? Is that Lowe's? Something like that. Like the APM. Yes. So,
Good. Now I have your attention.
With all this, Home Depot? Okay, well, whatever. You mean they stole it from me? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. StarCraft is not as hard as you think, but it's not easy either. That was very profound, right? Work smarter, not harder. We made it to Masters 42-3. Might take a few more games, but you can do it too. All right, let's do some questions. Let's do some questions. Should new players be afraid of an oversaturated game of veterans? Do you think plenty of noobs are playing? I think plenty of noobs are playing, based on playing those noobs. And another thing I have to repeat like 4 times a night, despite having that explicitly stated, is when you see someone with a diamond border, that doesn't mean you're playing them. They're a diamond level player. If they got diamond with Zerg, they might legitimately be gold with Terran, okay? Or they might be diamond. It's a challenge, all right? Go back, look at the replay, see what they did better than you. It's not about winning this game. It's not about winning 10 games from now. It's about 1,000 games from now. Is it better to abduct or blinding cloud siege tanks? If you can get 2 or more tanks, usually blinding cloud, but abduct for those pesky siege tanks on the high ground. Building skins. Yes, we're going to talk about the important things. Building skins. I made a Tinder profile with your pictures. Do you care? Well, that should give you an infinitely higher success rate, considering anything more than 0 is anything. Does the Infestor currently have a role in the current meta? Well, it's going to go on a diet with the upcoming patch. So, maybe. It's not really required in almost any scenario except super late game. What was your favorite race to play during this challenge? Random. I mean, I think it was actually hardest. You heard me talking about it, but with Zerg, trying to really like, I started thinking about, because when I play Zerg, I always put down like a bunch of extra creep tumors that aren't truly needed if I could be doing other things. So really prioritizing that was the most effort. Usually I have pretty good questions, but it looks like a bunch of fuckboys in the chat right now, which is not surprising. I don't know why I'm surprised. This is actually later than usual. So you and YouTube, I'm sure your YouTube commenters will be much better. It's always way better. Have you started playing Starcraft because your friends started, or how did you find Starcraft? I used to play World of Warcraft, especially World of Warcraft Arena, for years up until StarCraft 2 came out. And then, like, one day, my Arena partners, who were on pretty much every day because we had no lives and we're in high school, so redundant, weren't playing. They were playing StarCraft 2. So, I picked it up, and I canceled my WoW sub less than a week later. So, and now we're here. That was 8 years ago. Lingbane Hydra versus Roach Hydra Viper against Battle Tank. Why not Lingbane Hydra Viper? I think Roach Hydra Viper, as long as you get the Vipers, but so many players are like, well, I went Vipers, and you went Vipers, used your blinding clouds, they wore off, and then you ran into the tanks. So, what's the correct response to mass Void Ray and PvP on 2 bases? If you scout it early, Phoenixes actually counter Void Rays pound for pound. Archons are good. More Void Rays, like, the one thing you don't do is go Blink Stalkers. You might be like, well, Blink Stalkers shoot up. And yes, they also die horribly to Void Rays, especially if you don't have any Archons. In Gold, how many High Templars with Storm should I be able to control well? To get through Gold, I think you need about 0, and make them Archons. How far will mastering the 3 base 200 supply Roach Rush get you on the ladder? I think game time has been top 8 GM multiple times, so around there. Would you prioritize melee or ranged upgrades going against Lingbane against Bow Ball? Usually, well, if you're going Lingbane, you don't have any ranged units, so I go with melee. Can you tell me a solid toss build for moving to Diamond 3? No, I'm incapable of that. I don't know how to beat Diamond 3 players. Is the DT Archon drop still viable in PvZ? Everything's viable until GM. And then, it's viable, but people will complain that you're not playing meta. With slightly more legitimacy. Who's your favorite streamer outside of StarCraft? This is not a related question. I like Carnage to have on in the background. I'm glad you enjoy Kanye East. Well, who's your favorite player? Cyril? Actually, TY probably. If you made me like, I love Cyril, of course, but probably TY. What's the biggest difference between a Diamond 1 and a Masters player? A Diamond 1 player will say they're high Diamond / low Masters, and a Masters player will say they're Masters. That's about it. It's quite flexible between. But Diamond in general, always, like we saw the progression through there. I was starting to hit, well, we were hitting some like Masters 1 players, but Diamond player in general, it just gets more. You get punished a lot harder the higher up you go. If you make big overarching mistakes, like you go for an all-in, it doesn't work out, you're going to be behind. Whereas at the lower levels, even of Diamond, if you just sit back, build up, even if your attack goes poorly, as long as you focus on spending your money. Once you get to the higher levels of Diamond up to Masters, players are usually not banking up over 1,000 minerals 6 minutes into the game, but below it, it becomes more and more common. Even though they're making a lot of units, they're just not spending efficiently. Now, what division should I focus on improving my micro? I think the best way to kind of work on improving micro is still have a game plan. Like, there's different openers. I'm going to give you an example from all 3 races. You want to have the basic sit back, build up, do no harass or next to no harass, like 1 adept, 4 Hellions, like next to nothing. And then you can start working, because a lot of the races, a lot of them end up at a similar place, despite where the openers, they kind of converge after a time. And for example, like Zergs can open up, they want to get to Hydra Ling Bane, but some players will go for the quick lair and get Hydras out quick, or some players will get upgrades for the Ling Bane. And if you want to go work on your micro, choose maybe a more micro-oriented opener. For example, if you're Protoss and you want to end up at Immortal Archon, well, open up with 3 Oracles, and then use that to defend your 3rd, and then work into your tech. But you have to be on top of the Oracles, otherwise you're going to die, because if you use your Oracles poorly, they're very fragile, but you can defend with minimal units in the early game. For Terran, an example would be doing like a Cyclone drop and a Liberator early, and then going into multiple racks, factories, stuff like that, as opposed to just opening up by building a bunch of barracks. Or a handful of Hellions, which you really shouldn't be microing too much. They're just there to keep them honest, but I see a lot of players are like, what if I ran by and he didn't have 90 Zerglings? Maybe it'd be good. And then they stare at it, and then they all die, and they weren't building anything behind. I know you do that. Or for Zerg, you can do things. Zerg is a little bit more limited. Like, you can make enough Zerglings to cancel a 3rd, or try to catch Hellions. But you kind of need a lair for most attacks that don't need to be hidden, as in, like, unscouted early. What's the best way to kick the select all army hotkey? I mean, kind of cold turkey, right? A lot of people, the reason they can't, even if they try to, is because they're too scared of losing. Except right now, like, if you can accept you're going to lose, and make them ranked games. If you can accept you're going to lose 25 games, most of them in a row, because you're so addicted to select all army hotkey, that'll be your rock bottom. Okay, instead of keeping sliding down every day. But you got to accept you're going to lose some games, because it's a crutch. And when somebody takes crutches out from under you, then you're going to fall, or at least stumble a little bit. But you get back up, you're going to be stronger and faster. So, I'm horrible at spending my money well, but good at making drones early. I overdrone compared to army. How would you recommend me spending money better? A big tunnel vision, so I don't see the minimap. How would I fix that? You know, I'll just give you a personalized recommendation. You get like every 5 seconds, a timer. Every 5 seconds, the 5-second rule. Every 5 seconds, it dings, or even my voice just yelling or something. Like, clip that and make it an MP4. And every 5 seconds, and the 5-second rule is not hard 5 seconds, but every 5 seconds you should try to be doing something different than you were doing for the 5 seconds before. Building workers, moving overlords, spreading creep, injecting. These are all things that shouldn't take more than 5 seconds. Maybe moving your army around takes a little bit longer, but not too much. So, how do you force yourself to use control groups more? I think the only way to both, 1, raise APM, and 2, force yourself to use control groups more is play more defensive. Like, if you're trying to expand and defend a third base, as opposed to trying to attack, you might be forced to have different units on different control groups. Or you might just panic and hit the select army hotkey. That's where the losing 25 games in a row and accepting that comes in. Is it standard to upgrade weapons as TOS versus Mech Terran? When should you research armor against Bio Terran? Ideally, you get both. But, against Mech, usually you can get both. I think you still focus on armor. Because it all comes down to whether you can get on top of siege tanks against Mech. Like, if your units survive long enough to close the distance, that's more important. And charge lots have a lot more HP than shields and stuff like that. But, ideally both as Protoss, especially against Mech. I wouldn't say, like, get +2 armor before you get +1 weapons. I'd say get +1 armor, and then get +2 armor and +1, like, scale it up. You don't want to just go straight for +3 armor and no weapons upgrade. But not too many people play Mech. Pretty much you get Immortal Archon, you kill 90% of Mech unless you lost all your probes early. Questing with camera hotkeys. I played for a long time but could never get used to it and just click the map to move the camera. Well, do this. Do this. Wait, you say you click the map to move the camera? Oh, don't do that. Dude. Turn down all the scroll speeds. Turn them all down. To 0 or 1 or something. So that way you can't drag scroll. I don't know the solution for clicking on the minimap. Like, you just gotta do it. I don't know there. Like... I've never heard of someone who, like, would rather click on the minimap than use camera location hotkeys, but... So you have a unique and special problem. Congratulations. I've heard of, like, I always just scroll around and I'm too lazy to set it up, but... I'm always afraid to expand out with more bases because I figure I won't be able to defend him. Advice. For the next 20 games, you're going to take a third base by 5 minutes. I don't care what race you are. Figure it out. And if you lose, nobody cares. Oh, are you Diamond 2 instead of Diamond 1? Or you might be Gold. I don't care. Nobody cares. You might care. You care way too much. That's the problem. Tips for PvT is toss. Once you be making units before Gateway Tech finishes. PvT, usually you should get 3 units out of your early gates. If you're going Blink, Stalkers, maybe 2 Adepts, 2 to 3 units, but at least 2. Usually I open Blink, so I'm making 3 Stalkers. But, sometimes you go with, like, 2 Adepts and then a Stalker, sometimes just 2 Adepts. Your opinion on the staircase as a learning method for new players. I don't know much about it. I have no opinion. I feel sad because I really want to get good at a video game, but real life keeps getting in the way. Don't worry, that's why I'm here. That 5-second rule still applies to Diamond? Oh, it applies even more the higher up you get. Like, the 5-second rule is more of an idea rather than something that should apply directly. The idea is you're moving your screen at least once every 5 seconds. I'm just gonna... which means you have 12 screens per minute. That's tracked on SC2 replay stats. Let me go ahead and find what my screens per minute were for the last one. For example, Cyril has around 60 to 75, which means about once every 1 second or faster, he moves his screen and is essentially doing something else. What do I average here? Dun, 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 dun. I go up to 30, but, well, actually, no, that was an early game. In the early game, yeah, games will be shorter when it comes to that. If it's a shorter game, usually there's not as much going on. But 10 to 15 isn't bad. Like 12 is your target. And not for the sake of doing it. The idea is you're doing something each time you do it. Ideal safe build for a Terran and high-level team games. Quick Cyclones, but that might not be as safe. But like one base Cyclones into expand. It depends on if you're sharing a ramp with your partner. If you're sharing a ramp with your partner, you might be able to get away with Cyclone expand, but Reactor Cyclone will protect you against most stuff if you have a wall. How many charge lots of Mortals Archons before I attack first? The general, very general, because obviously there's caveats to all these. 5 Archons, 5 Immortals, 15 charge lots, and that's a dangerous Protoss army against anything. Obviously, like, if you have a couple more Immortals and a couple less Archons, or vice versa, like, it's not a huge deal, but... What is a good resource to find out strengths and weaknesses of each race on a particular map? I don't know how many have write-ups. Honestly, maps and map win rates and strengths and weaknesses they do matter in understanding, like, oh, this guy could cannon rush me from here. Or he could do a tank push from here. But once again, like most balance and map-related things, until like Grandmaster, it does not define who's more likely to win on the map. You know what is more likely to define who's going to win? Who got supply blocked for less than a minute in the first 5, like, or the first 7. I'll give Diamond players some credit. I still get run over every time I go into ranked. What are the most common new player mistakes I should be watching out for? I think, in general, trying to think too hard for new players. What I mean by that is you might have watched some guides and stuff where they see information and interpret it. But at the lower levels, even if you see, like if you saw one of my diamond guides, I'm like, oh, he has 2 gas early. That's a big all-in. In the Silver League, that might just be a guy who doesn't know how to build barracks. So you got to be a little bit more focused on your build, because you're gonna screw it up if you're not very focused. Let's be honest, and less about what he's doing. Like, you want to know, is he building a barracks outside my base? But past that point, it's not a huge deal to worry about interpreting scouting information outside of, like, did he expand and does he have buildings in or outside my base? Stuff like that. Like, you guys send me all these replays, right? I see so many times, like a Zerg player, oh shit, he has 2 Hellions. We need a spine crawler in each mineral line. We need to wall off the front with evolution chambers. I need to get roaches because he has 2 Hellions. And then they just go tanks and kill them? Like, I don't... Why armor over shield armor? Well, shields cost more, for one, and shields come back. There's only one Protoss unit which has more shields than HP. That's the Archon, with 350 shields and 10 HP. And there's a legitimate argument to be made in the later game to upgrade shields. But in the early game, charge lots only have 100 HP and 50 shields. So that means the upgrade applies half as much. Stalkers, 80-80. Adepts, 70-70. Is that right? 70-70. So, in essence, like, once your HP is gone, you're dead. That's how it works with Protoss. Whereas once your shields are gone, they can come back. So, and Immortals have 200, 100, 200 HP, 100 shields. So, it's more expensive, and it affects less of your effective army most of the time if you're going for, like, a charge lot Immortal type of build. How do I defend a Cyclone Rush with Toss? Shield batteries. Shield batteries. Not shield battery, shield batteries. As many as possible, while still also building units and getting a robo and all that. I should take breaks between my matches or have a custom max out. Well, I'll tell you what I did when I first, like, when I wasn't streaming. You can't take 15, 20-minute breaks if you're streaming. That's not how streaming works. This isn't cable news or something. But I'd usually play, like, 2 to 3 hours, depending on how I was feeling, and then take a break for, like, half an hour. And just, I don't know, fuck around, your mom, whatever. all of that, and just kind of do something else.
Now I have your attention.
And I thought if you just grind for 6 hours straight, not many people can do that, and not many people can do that productively. Like right now, even you'll see me ladder, and usually around 2.5 to 3 hours when I'm like at the higher levels, there's a fall off. I can feel a mental lack of focus after 2 to 3 hours usually. You need some time to just kind of chill and recharge. That's when I usually go play like a team game or something where I require as many brain cells as, I don't know, players that play on a Hearthstone team in order to be able to beat Silver League players. For Zombie Toss, should Robo or Archives Charge come first? Now, conveniently for you, I have a build order guide explaining how to make the Zombie Toss build as quickly and effectively as possible, and that's on YouTube where you can find it, and everybody else can as well. I think it's even on like the main, not that anybody ever goes to the channel page. Alright, one more good question. And that'll conclude the final up to Masters of working smarter and not harder. Going for less than 100 APM, not quite being perfect on all the games, but still, I don't think I ever went... There was that one game against the former pro that went to about 166, but otherwise still mostly under 120. So I say one more good question. You're like, have you ever played War Game Red Dragon? That sounds like a mobile game. I'm not sure it is. That's your good question. It's like, really need to know this. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I have loved that game for, well, weeks, maybe years now. It's a lot of fun. You should check it out. Up to what point can you get by purely working hard in SC2? I like this. We'll talk about this for a minute. I think easily Grandmaster. Easily. Like, working harder and not smarter. Well, working smarter and harder, rather. Talent, I don't think there's any excuse. Like, if you're 40 years old, I'm still... Yeah, your hands might not be as fast as your Counter-Strike 1.6 days. But well applied, well, obviously you're going to have to be smarter about it because you probably can't play 8 hours a day. I think you can get the GM. Maybe not play pro, but part of the reason it seems like esports players burn out so quickly. And I think, well, we don't have that much information on this. Like, you're hard-pressed, especially in StarCraft, to find any players over the age of 30. But I don't think that's necessarily because at 30 years old, your hands stop working. I think it's because the support system, and now I know a lot of it is because the support system isn't there, and a lot of these players are not, well, maybe players now are not going to make it there, but in years forward, there's so much money and so much infrastructure and all of that. You got trainers, you got team houses, you got all these things in the last decade that we didn't have a decade ago. And I wasn't that involved in esports a decade ago when I was 3 years old. So, but now, like, in professional sports, that's very physically draining. In real sports, it's very physically draining, but you still see players go up to the age of 40, and it still requires you to be very fast mentally as well in a lot of these. I don't think there's any reason with the developing infrastructure and support for it that players can't go up to a higher age and play for longer. But that didn't answer your question about talent versus hard work. What that means is as time goes on, talent matters less. Not at all, but less. Because as people get smarter, like the basics are there. And once again, I'm sure almost anyone could get Grandmaster if they have the correct, the time and the drive. Now, not everybody has both those things in sufficient supply, but I have, like, it's rare. Now, I've seen some replays. I've seen some Bronze League heroes where, like, 3 or 4 replays, I'm like, that guy's never, ever gonna get to Diamond. But it's, like, less than 2%. Like, I'm not a fast player either in the grand scheme of things, but I just try to be smart about it,
Thank you.
and
for all the
that's
hard
paid off
work
as
you
well.
put
I don't
into
think
the
I'm particularly
entertainment
talented
you
at
do.
anything but talking a lot, and that's only through brute force. So, but to answer your question, I think Masters at the very least is where you can get by just sheer hard work with essentially no talent.
Good. Now I have your
And that, like, StarCraft, and I think people forget, I consider myself a StarCraft variety streamer. There's almost no other game. There's almost no other game with the variety of StarCraft. You got team games, you got co-op, you got all sorts, like, you got thousands of arcade games and custom mods. You can essentially take a break from StarCraft by playing StarCraft, which sometimes I do. I play, like, arcade games off stream. Yeah, so don't be such a fuckboy in all your Direct Strike lobbies. All you got... Anyways. But there's so much to do, and, like, you can take a break by doing the same thing. You can watch some replay. There's a lot of things you can do. You don't have to just be grinding ladder games. And you can do it as well. It's not as hard as you think. It's as hard as you want it to be. And that's what Winter said, and that's what she said. And that's going to conclude Working Smarter and Not Harder. What a way to end it. But I hope you enjoyed, and maybe we'll continue forward, see how far we can get with it. And this is where I will carefully edit in something, sell out, give me money. Patreon. Did you know I have a Patreon? I forget sometimes. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah, what? Real quick, run it. We're gonna run it. If you guys could turn off ad block. We're gonna run an ad real quick. How did I forget this? My bad. I'm sorry, guys. Wait, why am I sorry? Nobody likes ads. Yeah, real quick. SC2ReplayStats.com. It's free. Before, when you were in the Gold League, running up the ramp, siege tanks against mech, that's how you look. No, roaches against mech, that's how you looked. Or maybe that's how you looked. And you know, more accurately, this is how you looked. Okay, that's you trying to run up a ramp against siege tanks, make some Vipers, get some more drones. These are all important things. And that is what happens after you use SC2ReplayStats.com. Okay, you look like that. Very important. You can sign up for free. It's $5 a month if you want all the features, but you still get many of the important features for absolutely free. Over 1 billion people use it on a daily basis, according to sources. You can be the next one. SC2ReplayStats.com. And it might even tell you some very important things, like building more queens. Yeah, you get 2 training... Okay, back to the SC2 Replay Stats. The Training Center. It tells you what you're doing poorly compared to people of your league or the next league up. And you can get 2 per day. You're like, only 2 training centers? Only 2 replays a day? How many games a day are you playing on average? Are you playing 14 games a week, my friend? Are you? Though, really? And you don't have to play the games on that day. You can take games from the other day. So, let's be honest with ourselves. Call the number below. And then get off your phone, because this isn't a mobile game. We don't have that kind of